Howdy, howdy, everybody. Welcome to the Isle of Man. We are here in front of the Grandstands, heading down towards Bray Hill. It is a cold, it is a wet, and it is a windy day here. The sessions have all been red flagged throughout my time here. It's been a tricky one weather-wise, but we're going to try to do some footage around the island and give you guys a sense of what this racetrack, which is a road racing course most of the year, other way around, what this road, which is for 2 weeks out of the year a racetrack, actually like when you're just rolling around. The first thing you notice is how narrow everything is. Man, everything is so narrow here on the island. And especially compared to American standards, where our roads are very wide, we want big pickup trucks everywhere and all that sort of thing. You know, it's insane when you ride this, even at a regular pace, at just how narrow it is. I can't even imagine what it would be like at proper race pace that these guys run. To give you an idea, the boys here on the island will do the course, the 37-mile course, in about 16 minutes and 50 seconds, 45 seconds, something like that for the really fast guys, averaging 130 plus mile an hour through their time there, which is really impressive. That is ridiculously fast around something like this. Now, of course, when conditions are like this, they don't race. So that's what I was saying earlier. Most of my time here, a lot of the sessions have been delayed or red flagged, but I did get to see some fantastic action. So go back and watch my full production Isle of Man TT video. This one's more of a informal vlog, so to speak. And filtering is illegal here, so we're just cruising along, trying to not get in the way of traffic coming up ahead, which I believe they're going to start coming along here. There's some bikes. So today's session has wrapped up for the day. The roads have reopened, and we are now... Oh, look at this little thing. And we are now fully open on the road, and we're going to try to show you guys here Bray Hill, which is where the participants start the whole adventure. They exit over there from the grandstands, barrel down here as fast as humanly possible, and it is really a sight to see. Words cannot properly convey how crazy this event is to witness in real life. So this is a section of Bray Hill where the riders come down. It is way steeper than it looks on video. This is a properly steep hill that they come down here, and to do this at full pin is just crazy. Just crazy. It's just genuinely unbelievable that these guys are doing what they're doing on this road. And you see here on my left, everywhere that there is this little checkered pattern on the curbs is course. And the course is 37 miles long, so it's pretty incredible. What happened to this guy over here? Did he drop his bike? I think so. That was weird. So everywhere that there is checkered mark on the curb, you will have racetrack. And over the 37 miles, it's pretty impressive that it's all racetrack. And the other crazy thing is, you know, the senior TT is 6 laps of this. So you do 6 laps of 37 miles of course. It is not only a test of extreme bravery, but also just, in general, like crazy levels of endurance too. You'll see here the crash padding on the light posts. Not going to do a whole lot if you come off. This is Ago's Leap right here. The riders are coming so fast that it actually becomes a jump, which is incredible. And what's crazy is you'll notice a lot of the bumps and features when you ride on this road, but they're obviously going to be amplified by a factor of 10 to 20 to 50 to 100x if you're going, you know, 4 times as fast as I'm going now. Maybe even 5 times. I'm doing 35 miles an hour. They're probably clipping 160, 170 miles per hour here. This is the famous hedge section that you've probably seen in the videos, because this is the first couple seconds of the track. It's just, and look, the way the road bends and winds. The craziest part when you see the onboard footage is when it's bending and winding like that, there's still full gas, man. They are full pin. And so now we're entering a braking section here. First turn on the track, we're going to hang a right over here. This is a very famous one because it's actually the first slower moment of the racetrack. And we'll go here, continue on. And they just rocket out of here. I've seen them. I saw the race from several vantage points. I saw it from down in the middle of Bray Hill, at that one intersection, and at the bottom of that hairpin as well too. And once they get over here, dude, they're gone. They're just full pin back on it, no let off, just ripping it. See, we're at Braddan Bridge. So yeah, the island is very proud of the TT, of course. It's been running since the early 1900s, and it's a huge source of, revenue of tourism for the island and all that sort of thing. So we're going to go here. All right, back on the racetrack here. You can tell by the grandstands and all of the barriers and everything else. Watch our roundabout here. We'll carry on. See there the checkered parts of the circuit. I think that said mile marker number 2. And look at that, this slight kink right here in the road. They'll take that just all the way through the road, full pin, straight through it. It's really hard to believe that they actually ride it as fast as they do. Now granted, it is damp, it is wet, but man, I probably would have trouble doing it at 80 miles an hour, let alone like 190 or whatever they do it at. Probably 80 or 90, it'd be like, whoa, this is really fast for this road. And of course, like, look at that, there's no runoff at all. This is a man's game, dude. This is crazy. Look at this. That sheer wall, sheer hedge. Oh my God. And what a treat it is to actually ride the course. I mean, the course is open whenever they're not racing on it. Literally, the course is open. You can just go and ride it and check it out. It's really, really cool. To see here all the checkered parts, literally just running through a village. It's unbelievable, man. People's houses are right here. This is literally somebody's house. All of these are just houses and businesses. I think we'll go for a little overtake. Trying to not get pulled over again. I already got pulled over once here, which if you saw the full production video, you heard the story about that. Really silly. That was actually really close with that cop where I overtook. That would have been so funny if I got pulled over again. I think one of the best parts about this event is the fact that it's so grassroots. It's just, people coming out for the love of it. Everybody has such a great attitude. It's such a great atmosphere here during the TT. It's gorgeous here on the island too. That's something that's not really communicated super well during the TT, I would say. You don't get the sense of how beautiful the island is, but it's kind of like this magical, mythical place. People have been here for thousands of years. There's Neolithic sites with stone circles from 6500 BCE. And that's really crazy, Just great atmosphere, great story to it. And it's awesome because they're a self-governed country, basically. They're their own thing. They're independent of the UK. So nobody can tell them to not run the race. And so they do. It's crazy. So here I see it says Barregarrow Road. Now Barregarrow Corner on this track is affectionately known as Ballascary because riders will tip it in at over 170 miles an hour, if I recall correctly. I think it's 180. They'll actually round the bend. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be marked with one of those orange signs, the Barregarrow. We may have already passed it, and I just didn't notice it, but that was Barregarrow Road back there. But it's actually really cool as a bit of tourism when you're cruising on the road itself. that they have the really famous corners marked and some of the more infamous spots notated. It just gives it a fun feeling. So that's mile marker 4 right there. It's at Mountain Course 4. And look at this, you're literally cruising through a village. And it's unbelievable because, you know, 120 years ago, it made sense. You know, it basically was like a bicycle race through the town. The bikes weren't very fast. I think the average speed was in the 30s or 40s or something like that, you know, versus 136 mile an hour average, which is just unbelievable. Gonna wait to get some visibility on this gentleman, and then we will go for a little pass. Hopefully not in front of a police officer. The amount of bikes that descend on the TT during this event is just unbelievable. I also really love the old timers and like the real like grizzled veterans of this event. They just come out and they camp out. They ride like their old school CVR 1000 with the luggage rack, and they just come and camp out and they just love it, man. Like that's just a different breed, you know. You guys may have seen in my full production video, I talked about a couple of the cool guys that I saw here. That gentleman with the white ponytail and the XJR 1300 with the Olin suspension. You have the guy riding the Vincent. I mean, there's just so many characters. There's so many, like, just great characters here at the TT. Mile marker 5. Look how it opens up. God, that's beautiful, isn't it? That's the thing, you know, like you'll watch footage of it and you'll see, God, look at that, that's gorgeous, you know? Look at this lush green hillside. You'll see footage of the event and you just see the crazy, like, you know, hedges and walls and villages they fly through, but there's a huge part of this course that is just like green and lush and beautiful, and like, you know, I can't even imagine what it would be like to be one of the riders, you know, flying through this like it's some kind of video game. Like it's literally like a motorcycle heaven, you know. It's like, that's why it is so revered, it is so special. Here we are at Greeba Castle. A little left to right here. They probably downshift like one time and just tip it in. Alright, this one, maybe they have to go down to 4th. Maybe. I doubt it. Maybe 5th. Crank it over here. Just this ancient landscape, riding a super bike through it as fast as humanly possible. There's something really special about the TT. I hope it never goes away. And I think because the Isle of Man is self-governed, it never will. And it's such a big point of tourism too. Coming through here, look at that wall, it's so close. Imagine going so fast. Oh, if I sound like a kid in a candy shop, it's because I am, dude. How many people have the chance to come out to the TT and do the course? This is so cool. This is so cool. All right, that's Greeba Bridge coming up. Several of these, you'll notice, have quite these big divots, and the riders actually literally jump it. They're going that fast. Little bridge right there. And then look at that straight shot right there. You know they're just full pinned here, just completely. Being mindful of people coming out and riders on the other side of the road, because I am not a TT racer. I'm just a tourist who's not trying to get a trophy. I'm just a tourist. At least the rain cleared up. That's something that also you don't get a sense of when you watch the coverage of the TT abroad, or if you know of the TT, is the weather changes here on a dime. This is a pretty small island, and it's kind of like, you know, basically like there's not enough landmass for the clouds to really stop a little bit or change, so it's kind of like you're out in the middle of the ocean and you just have these crazy storms that blow through and they just blow by. It's really, really interesting. All right, here we're coming up to another corner, Ballycrane. This is where we hang a right. on our very loud MT-09. Very loud indeed. Yeah, there's this little pink building right there. So Rattles will slow down here, hang that right, and just back on the gas, man. Back on the pipe! It's really sick how basically everybody drives with urgency here. I love it. I love it. I've never felt like I'm getting that held up by traffic. Like, look at this random little like economy car in front of me. It's driving kind of fast. Everybody that I've spoken to and met here has a connection to the TT and to the bikes, and have ridden bikes too. It's so special, man. All right, Braddan Bridge coming up. Beautiful vegetation and flowers everywhere. I love this place. It's just gorgeous. To be honest, it's the type of place where you don't even need to come for the TT necessarily to enjoy it. I think if you were to come in the off season, you'd have a really good time. Look at this road. Here we're coming up on Laurel Bank. Gonna have a drop down and then a drop up. Really neat too if you ride the course close to when they're going to close it down for the races. You can have all the spectators and stuff waving at you. You got lots of kids just like giving you the rev bomb signal. It's a lot of fun. This is a very, very slow onboard of the TT. What a gorgeous road. All right, Rudders coming up. There are these really fast flowing corners. Glen Helen over here. This is where the first sector clips off on the timing charts, usually. Nice kink uphill. I've seen the onboards here. The boys fly through here, man. They fly through this. Mile marker 10 on the course. So we're roughly a third of the way there. Got 1 or 2 more miles, we'll be a third of the way there. The riders would have already been done by this point. They were already done 1 lap of the course. How crazy is that? Kronkivadi, probably mispronounced that. I think it's Kronkivadi, I don't know. Look at this, they just pile speed through here. Pile it on, man. They go nuts. Because this is just a straight shot. You go as fast as you want. It's bumpy though. It's bumpy to push, 190 miles an hour through here. 190 or 95. I think they clocked him over 200 here. Molly New coming up. This is what I mean. This is all still the track. Look how gorgeous this is over here. This is just a beautiful, sweeping country road on this island in the middle of the sea. God, this is special. I still can't believe this was part of the GP calendar until like the 70s. Until the 70s. That wasn't that long ago. And then they were like, okay, this is nuts. We can't keep doing this. And then these crazy bastards just kept doing it. They're like, yeah, we have sheep on the side of the track. So what? Man up. Lee Johnston, one of the riders, explained it in such a beautiful way. He said that, you know, riding on track is like climbing with a harness or climbing in a gym or bouldering in a gym. And what these guys are doing is more like free solo. It's more like what you see those crazy rock climbers doing, you know, climbing a mountain with nothing, you know? That's insane. Just like this is insane. It's a similar energy. Through that wall right there, I've seen the clips. Oh, it's just harrowing. It's harrowing. They get so close to the wall. Not for me, man. I love speed. I love going fast, but this is nuts. Look at this through here. Those are all just trees and bushes. Like, dude, this is McGinnis's Corner, named after John McGinnis. I think he won 23 TTs, 24 TTs, if memory serves me correctly. Just a beautiful ride, man. Barregarrow. Probably mispronounced that one. I apologize for any of the pronunciations, guys. I am an American by way of Brazil. I do not speak some of the old Manx words or Celtic words, Gaelic words. I'm not really sure where those words come from, to be honest. Still quite damp. See, still checkered over here. We're on the mountain course. And it's actually named after that because this road leads to the one-way stretch where it's the actual mountain. And my buddy Brandon, who lives here, said that it is a mountain by definition. It's, you know, its height is like just barely enough to qualify it as an actual mountain, even though it doesn't have any snow-capped peaks or anything like that. But it's enough to be called a mountain. And so, yeah, this actually leads up and around that mountain, which is really cool. And then back down to Douglas, where we started the ride, with the rain and the dense traffic. Alright, 40 miles an hour through here. Papa Yam's not getting another speeding ticket, boys. Not today. I already got one. Alright, we're in Kirk Michael. This is a really cool sector of the track. So this is a little village, and I actually saw them come through here at 2 or 3 different vantage points up ahead, and it's just spectacular. Spectacular seeing them come through here. I saw Dean Harris. I saw Dean on his Honda come through and come in sideways. Just nuts. Right through that sector, right here. They go so flippin' fast through right there, man. They literally back it in sideways through there. It's just unbelievable. And yeah, look at this. This is the normal pace you should drive through here. Unreal. Goodness gracious, this NT09 is so loud. You know, when you ride through it at a very, very slow pace like we are today, it's a beautiful little village, cute little town, really lovely. I think we're gonna get lucky and get some golden hour at the mountain road. That's going to be really cool. And you guessed it, this is all still the track. Unreal. It's so beautiful. Look at the way the hedges are sculpted, the trees are sculpted over for the road. Oh, lovely. Mile marker 16, we're getting close to halfway around the course. Coming up here to Alpine, one of the corners. And it's nice too, because the little sign over there that shows you what the corner is going to look like, which is very helpful. Not that it's helpful for the TT riders, because they there's no chance that they can read that, you know. This is a fast section, man. Again, any of these kinks, these slight turns, they don't let off. They just keep it pinned. They just bury that needle. All right, here's a really iconic one. The Braddan Bridge. You guys will see here. This is a really iconic jump right here. They actually literally jump the track. It's crazy. And back there you may have spotted a sign that said Wallaby Crossing, and you might say, well, I did not know the Isle of Man was near Australia, and it's not. What happened, the story goes, is there was a wildlife conservation place here that had wallabies, and they actually escaped. They got out, and then they apparently took to the landscape like fish to water, and so now there are wallabies hanging around here. How crazy is that? Ah, some sunlight. Fast sector right here. As if there is no, like, there's no slow sector on the track, but there are some sectors that are faster than others for sure. Mile marker 18. Cruising here. Quarry Bends coming up. One thing that's interesting is that almost all of the top riders are all guys from, you know, around this part of the world, the UK, Ireland, the Isle itself. It's interesting that in recent years there's nobody that's coming out to contest this that's not from here. Maybe there's some riders, I'm sure there are some riders that aren't from this area, you know, like I said, the Isle, Ireland, and the UK coming out. But it seems like it's definitely something that's in the blood of the people that do it here, you know? The Sulby Straight. Oh, this one's great. Aptly named, not a corner in sight. They just max out the bike here. That's it. And right in this sector is where I got pulled over. I overtook a car a little behind there, and then coming up on this right-hand turn is where I was pulled over. Right? Nope, no, it's not. It's not here. It's further down. Up ahead. There it is. Yeah. I was in a pack of bikes, and I was coming through here. Everybody was overtaking the cars. Speed limit 199. That's awesome. And I was just the last one in the pack, and I got pulled over. But I did get a cool sticker out of it. Did get a cool sticker. So this is where you start climbing a little bit towards the mountain road. This whole sector's slightly going uphill now. I will try to overtake this Nissan Leaf, but I don't have visibility. Coming through this sector here. Oh, just gorgeous. It's very lush and green. That's the other thing. You know, you just hear a lot about that. It's like, oh, you got to stay on the gray blur and not hit the green blur. That's what they always talk about. But they don't mention how the green blur is beautiful. So lush on this island. Yeah, I'd be so down to come back here. There's like so much to see and to do here. I've heard that getting an off-road machine and green laning, it's a lot of fun. They say that just getting a dirt bike and just bombing around the hills and stuff is a great time. This course is so much longer than you'd think, man. It's insane. There's so much to memorize. That's the part that's extremely impressive about what these guys do, is it's not only an incredible feat of bravery. Oh, look at that. Imagine hitting that tree. It's incredibly brave to do it, but it's also really cool just like the fact that they're going to memorize all this stuff. Oh, that's a beautiful machine. Thruxton R, lovely. So it's just really impressive, you know? The memorization, the skill, the knowledge, the bravery. It's one of the coolest things on earth, in my opinion. Like, I don't know of any other competition that's this extreme and that you have to, you know, really understand the course so well. Busa. I've seen more Busas than Harley Davidsons here. I've seen 3 Harley Davidsons, exactly 3, and I've seen probably like 20 Hayabusas, so it tells you where people's priorities are at around here. Milntown. We'll mind the speed a little bit. Through another village here. Traffic light. We're gonna hang a right. Ooh, it's freezing out here, boys. Wet and cold, my least favorite combination. This MT-09 is a little embarrassing. It is way too loud. Every little village I go through, everybody looks at me and I'm like, yeah, I know why they're looking. It's not because the bike's super cool. It's because they think I'm an asshole with a really loud exhaust. Because I am. Come on, lights green. Let's go. Looks a bit foggy up there. Oh, the road's closed. Well, boys, I'll have to tap you into when I did ride the mountain road on my other bit of vlog, and then we will conclude on that video. See you there. we go, the mountain road. Like an open track day now, it's crazy. Wow! Wow! Look at this. Got some fast boys. I'm just chilling, man. I'm big chilling. Just enjoying the road. This is amazing, dude. This is a one-way road. Wow. I feel weird passing because I'm like, is it one way? I'm worried something's gonna come around the bend. Seems pretty respectful and pretty chill, which is nice. This is awesome. Literally like a motorsports heaven, dude. Oh my god, this is great. Doing 90 on this road, passing the line, and it's all legal? What? This is great. Something about it just feels so wrong though, man. I'm on this one-way road that's supposed to be a track road. Man, this is crazy. I got some fog coming up. is amazing. This is amazing, dude. So it's properly chilly this morning. I think it's like 50 degrees and it's damp. So, and I'm not on my own bike, and this is my first time on the road. So don't clown me for going a little slow around there. But oh my goodness, this is too cool, man. This is too fucking cool. Illegal. This feels super illegal. You start entering like track day mode, and then you're like, wait, I'm on this like frosty, foggy road. What is going on? Very respectful. This is what heaven must be like, man. Oh my God, this is what heaven must be like. Oh, what a special place, dude. scenery. Wow, beautiful. Oh, I've seen this in the footage, this downhill, like, scrubby part. Oh, wow. This looks like a fast corner. Wow, look at this. You'd go meow. Oh man, I can't wait to see these boys in action. I still haven't even seen anybody ride. I got in yesterday around 3 p.m. and it was all wet and rainy, and they called it off for the day. Oh my goodness, this is just tremendous. What a tremendous place. The Nook. Look at this corner. Wow, man. Lost the grandstands.